The Sword Art Online anime series and the live-action Michael Bay directed Transformers movies both have a similar critical reception. They're very popular and financially successful, but professional critics and most of the general audience don't like them very much. They're often the go-to franchises for people to criticize and make fun of. I've actually seen all the Transformers movies, and I've seen all the Sword Art Online episodes, so I thought it would be interesting to compare the two. Which is worse between the two? Well, it's a pretty easy decision for me to make, because I actually really enjoy watching the Transformers movies. Unironically, I wouldn't say that they're good movies or anything, but I do find them to be quite entertaining, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. I love watching big blockbuster movies, especially the ones involving monsters and or robots. It's the same exact reason why I like Pacific Rim Uprising, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Meg, Venom, Hellboy 2019, and Godzilla King of the Monsters, even though most critics or audience members didn't. This is probably an unpopular opinion, and feel free to disagree with me on this one, but I also think that the Transformers movies honestly get way too much hate from people, and they're a lot better than what the critics claim. I've probably seen every Transformers movie at least 10 times each, no exaggeration. I grew up with the Transformers movies, so I definitely have a soft spot for them. I still remember watching the first two Transformers movies in theaters, and I was absolutely blown away by how amazing they were. Then after they came out on DVD, I would often visit my local library to check them out and rewatch them multiple times. Now obviously I don't think Transformers is the best movie ever anymore, but I still get a lot of pleasure and amusement from watching the Transformers movies. Therefore, I would have to say that the Sword Art Online anime series is much worse than the Transformers movies, since I don't like watching the Sword Art Online anime series at all. It's physically painful to sit through in most parts. I thought this would be the perfect time to revisit the live-action Transformers movies, and in this video, I'll explain why they're a lot better than the Sword Art Online anime series. I'm not going to include Bumblebee in this comparison video, because that's actually considered to be a good Transformers movie, and it wasn't directed by Michael Bay. It was directed by Travis Knight, and I also won't talk about the Sword Art Online alternative Gun-Gale Online series either, and it wasn't written by Reki Kawahara. It was written by Keiichi Sigsawa. Just to keep it simple for this video, I'll only be comparing the main Sword Art Online series, as well as the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Afterwards, I got a special bonus included that I think you'll really like, so make sure to stick around after the comparison part is over to find out what it is. Obviously, this video will contain spoilers for all the Transformers movies, and all the Sword Art Online arcs. Anyways, let's get started. Here's why Transformers movies are better than Sword Art Online. Number 1. Action. The action scenes in the Transformers movies are actually pretty good. The battles and fight scenes are very exciting to watch. It's cool seeing these giant robots fighting each other, and you can easily get absorbed into the action. The big climax at the end of every Transformers movie is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, eager for more. The action in Sword Art Online is very mediocre and lackluster. The main problem is that it's quite repetitive. The characters are always fighting with swords, so there's not a lot of variety. There's a sword fight, and then another sword fight, and then yet another sword fight, then oh look, another sword fight. Kirito even ends up using a sword in a first-person shooter game. At least switch things up once in a while to add in some diversity, and not let the audience get bored. In the Transformers movies, the characters are always using different weapons and new attack methods. They aren't just punching each other all the time. Additionally, the Transformers movies are much better at providing spectacle. The fight scenes don't just take place in one tiny room or a confined area. We're taken to many exotic locations around the world, like Egypt, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, Chicago, and the United Kingdom. Number 2. Stakes. There are actual stakes and consequences in the Transformers movies that also carry over to the later movies. For example, the Battle of Chicago that happened in Dark of the Moon was a major story element in the next movie, Age of Extinction, and it explained why the Autobots were now in hiding. Moreover, in each movie there's some big threat that has the potential to wipe out the entire planet, and it's up to the heroes to stop them. Unfortunately, this is not how it works in the Sword Art Online series. There's pretty much no consequences or repercussions. Oh, thousands of innocent people died from playing this virtual reality game. What should we do? I don't know, let's go play some more virtual reality games. You would think that the government in the Sword Art Online universe would have banned virtual reality MMOs, but nope, they're still legal. Furthermore, everything takes place inside a virtual environment, so it's not like injuries mean anything because it's not real. The characters aren't getting hurt in real life. You can just easily heal yourself back to full health, so as long as you're not completely dead, it's fine. Oh, your hand got cut off? Don't worry, it'll just grow back a few minutes later. Oh, you got stabbed in the chest? No problem, here's a healing potion. Moreover, Sword Art Online doesn't do a good job delivering on its whole death game premise, and after the first few episodes, it's more of a slice of life romantic series than an epic action-packed death game series. Not many characters end up dying on screen during the Aincrad arc. I counted all the characters who died, and I think it was only like 16 kills in total total, and for some reason the whole death game premise is abandoned after 14 quick episodes. This could have been the next One Piece if they went for a floor-by-floor approach. At least the Transformers movies are consistent, and they don't give up halfway through and throw away everything that was set up beforehand in the movie. Number 3. Villains. The villains in the Transformers movies are very menacing and intimidating, and they pose a real threat to the protagonists. They're not easy to defeat, and it takes the heroes a tremendous amount of effort, teamwork, and willpower to finally win in the end. This is not the case when it comes to the Sword Art Online anime series. The Sword Art Online villains are pretty awful, underdeveloped, one-dimensional, and poorly written. You have Kayaba Akihiko, who didn't really do much, and even had to cheat in order to beat Kirito in a one-on-one fight. Also, he can't remember why he trapped thousands of innocent people in the game, and why he killed thousands of innocent people.
So how come you wanted to trap thousands of people in this game?
I don't know.
Seems legit.
Are you serious? If that's not lazy writing, then I don't know what is. Afterwards, you have Nobuyuki Sugo, a generic, money-hungry, evil rapist guy, who Kirito easily defeated by using some stupid Deus Ex Machina. You have Death Gun, another generic, evil rapist guy, who is clearly a ripoff of Darth Vader, and Kirito easily defeated. You have Thrym, an NPC with literally no personality or backstory. That's all I can say about him because I honestly don't remember anything else. Then there's Quinella, a naked girl who could have been an interesting antagonist, but Kirito was able to easily defeat again, even though Quinella is supposed to be the most powerful being in the underworld, and Kirito shouldn't have won the fight. And finally, Gabriel Miller, another evil guy who just sits there and doesn't do anything. As you can see, the villains in the Sword Art Online series aren't much of a challenge for Kirito. I don't think anyone had any doubts on who was going to win. Furthermore, the author of Sword Art Online, Reki Kawahara, doesn't know how to write compelling and threatening villains. I'm pretty sure a middle schooler taking a creative writing class can come up with a more intriguing and better written villain than what we got in the Sword Art Online anime series. The Transformers movie villains are definitely far superior than the Sword Art Online villains. For example, Megatron has a distinct personality, and you can fully understand his motives, even if you disagree with him. I also really liked Sentinel Prime, the main villain of the third Transformers movie. It was a big shock to see him betray the Autobots, but you could see his point of view, and recognize that he thought he was doing the right thing. Moreover, Lockdown, the main villain of the fourth Transformers movie, was pretty awesome as well. I liked how he was a bounty hunter and didn't pick a side. Plus, Lockdown was able to go head-to-head with Optimus Prime. He might have actually won the fight if it was a true one-on-one battle, and nobody else interfered. You genuinely had no idea who was going to win, and that's what made the fight scenes exciting to watch. Number 4. Voice acting. Sword Art Online's Japanese dub is not too bad. Credit where credit is due. The Japanese voice actors' voices fit the characters for the most part, and they do a fine job, but the English dub is atrocious, and will probably make your ears bleed. It's so obvious that you have like 30 to 40 year olds voicing teenagers, and their voice doesn't match the characters one bit. On the contrary, the voice acting in the Transformers movies is awesome, and it's one of the best aspects. You have Peter Cullen returning to voice Optimus Prime, and he gives a lot of epic speeches. Peter Cullen's voice is a perfect fit for Optimus Prime, and I can't imagine anyone else voicing that character. The voice acting for the other characters in the Transformers movies is also really great. Hugo Weaving was amazing as Megatron, and I liked Leonard Nimoy as the voice of Sentinel Prime. Additionally, Mark Ryan's voice suited Lockdown, and Gemma Chan was excellent as the voice of Quintessa. I have no complaints when it comes to the voice acting in the Transformers movies, and I won't hesitate to say that it's miles above the English dub voice acting in the Sword Art Online anime series. Number 5. Visuals. The visual effects in the Transformers movies were done by the company Industrial Light and Magic, and they're top notch. Even people who don't like the Transformers movies at all still praise the visual effects. And the first 3 Transformers movies have even been nominated for some Academy Awards for their visual effects, so you know it's good. Seeing the human characters interact with the Transformers makes them feel real and alive. Before the first Transformers movie came out, you didn't really see too many movies that were a blend of real life and CGI. It was usually one or the other, but now plenty of movies do that after seeing how successful Transformers was. Sword Art Online's animation isn't terrible, but it's not the best either. There's a lot of anime with far better animation than Sword Art Online, and it's kind of just middle of the road, nothing too special. It does get better with each season, but that's kind of expected because technology has advanced. It would be weird if the animation got worse with each season. Number 6. Characters. To begin with, we have the first 3 Transformers movies where Shia LaBeouf's Sam Witwicky was the main protagonist. Then the later two Transformers movies where Mark Wahlberg's Kate Yeager was the main protagonist. While these are by no means the best movie characters in the world, they're legitimately a lot better than the characters in the Sword Art Online anime series. They have real flaws, and it's cool to see them overcome their weaknesses and grow as a character. When you look at the characters in the Sword Art Online anime series, there's barely any character development or growth. The main protagonist Kirito is a huge Gary Stu, and he easily wins almost every single fight. The only times that Kirito actually loses is when the opponent has to cheat and bend the rules, like during the fight against Heathcliff in Season 1, Episode 10. The characters in the Sword Art Online anime series are genuinely awful. The main protagonist Kirito has no personality whatsoever. All the female characters fall in love with Kirito for no reason, and he's a very boring and bland character overall. Most people even like Sword Art Online a lot more when Kirito isn't around.
Sword Art Online has gotten to a point where I just genuinely enjoy it for what it is. This is just fun popcorn entertainment, and exactly why I enjoy Isekai in the first place. Though I do find it funny that all my favourite parts of Sword Art Online have conveniently come when Kirito is out of the picture.
That should tell you how terrible of a character Kirito is. It's very boring to watch Kirito because there's no room for him to grow. He starts out being the best and there's nowhere for him to go from there. In contrast, it's very entertaining to watch Sam Witwicky because he starts out being a complete loser. Everybody makes fun of him and nobody takes him seriously, but he's able to experience a lot of character development and grow as a character. By the end of the first Transformers movie, Sam Witwicky is not the same person that he was at the start of the movie. Kate Yeager is an alright protagonist as well. He's a dedicated father and cares a lot about his daughter Tessa. The character of Kate Yeager also parallels the actor playing him. Mark Wahlberg is very hot-headed and bad-tempered in real life, but just like Kate Yeager, Mark Wahlberg has redeemed himself and feels regret and guilt over his past actions. Furthermore, when it comes to the female characters, the Transformers movies definitely have Sword Art Online beat in that category. The female characters in the Transformers movies are actually able to do things on their own, and they aren't damsels in distress who need their boyfriend to save them and protect them every time. For instance, Megan Fox's character Michaela Baines is able to fight for herself, and she's able to do a lot of things that Sam Witwicky can't. The female characters in Sword Art Online are pretty much just there for fan service, and to add to Kirito's harem, they're completely useless, and they can't do anything on their own without Kirito helping them. For example, during the big fight in War of Underworld, the characters were losing pretty badly, and there was no hope for them to win. But then Kirito wakes up and single-handedly defeats all the bad guys without breaking a sweat, further proving that Kirito is a huge Gary Stu. The same exact thing happened during the Fairy Dance arc. Asuna was captured by Oberon and held prisoner in a birdcage. She couldn't escape on her own and had to sit there patiently waiting for her boyfriend to come and save her. Then Kirito shows up and immediately defeats Oberon, the creator of the game, on his own, without much effort, and rescues Asuna. I seriously don't understand it when people say that Asuna is a strong female character. We must be watching completely different shows, because Asuna can't do anything without Kirito helping her. The Transformers movies also have great supporting characters. For example, Stanley Tucci was very entertaining to watch in Age of Extinction. Anthony Hopkins was truly amusing in The Last Night as well, and his robot butler Cogman was a funny character too. We can't forget about John Turturro as Agent Simmons either. He's a lot of fun to watch in these Transformers movies. The supporting characters in Sword Art Online are bad. They barely get any screen time, and the show doesn't give them enough of a distinct personality. They're not very entertaining to watch, and you can't get emotionally invested in any of the characters, since you don't even know them that well. Moreover, the Transformers characters themselves are pretty awesome. I already talked about the villains, so I won't bother repeating myself here, but on the flip side, the heroes are also very impressive. Optimus Prime is an amazing character, and it's extremely exhilarating whenever he appears on screen. Furthermore, I like how each of the Transformers characters has their own unique personality and distinctive traits. They don't always work well together, so they have to learn to set their differences aside for the greater good. Number 7. Music. The music in the Transformers movies is really good, and a lot better than the music in the Sword Art Online anime series. The Transformers movie scores were composed by Steve Jablonsky, and he does a fantastic job. When there's an emotional scene, the music makes it all the more sad and touching. When there's an epic action scene, the music makes you feel excited and hyped up for what's about to come. I often listen to the Transformers movie scores on their own. That's how good they are. Additionally, the theme songs from the Transformers movies are amazing. There's the Linkin Park songs What I've Done, New Divide, and Iridescent, as well as the Imagine Dragons song Battle Cry. The Sword Art Online music definitely pales in comparison. They're nowhere near as good as the songs in the Transformers movies. And that's it for this list, so those are some reasons why I believe that the Michael Bay directed live-action Transformers movies are much better than the Sword Art Online anime series. Do you agree with what I said? Why or why not? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I think the main difference here is that the Transformers movies are the fun kind of bad. They're not good movies by any stretch stretch of the imagination, but you can still turn your brain off and enjoy the ride. The problem with the Sword Art Online anime series is that it's just bad. There's no so bad it's good appeal here. Even if you turn your brain off, I can't see how anyone can have a good time watching Sword Art Online. It's genuinely horrible in pretty much every way. If I had to rank all of the Transformers movies from worst to best, it would be Revenge of the Fallen, The Last Knight, the first one, Age of Extinction, and Dark of the Moon. If you want to see more comparison videos, then be sure to let me know. I'm also thinking about doing a comparison between Sword Art Online and the Star Wars prequels, or Sword Art Online and the Twilight movies. And now for that special bonus I mentioned at the start. 10 facts about Transformers. Optimus Prime's body language and movements were modeled after Liam Neeson. Tyrese Gibson paid the filmmakers to get a role in the movie. Sam's eBay name, Ladiesman217, is a reference to Michael Bay's birthday, February 17th. Amanda Seyfried and Emma Stone both auditioned for the role of Michaela. A real truck of Furbies was blown up in the movie. This movie was nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. At first, Michael Bay wasn't interested in directing. However, he wanted to work with Steven Spielberg and he was interested in the movie after visiting Hasbro. This movie was the most popular DVD title of 2007. It took the animators at Industrial Light and Magic 38 hours to fill in a single frame of film for the Transformers. Peter Cullen, voice of Optimus Prime, also voiced Optimus Prime in the 1980s Transformers cartoon. 10 facts about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. This movie was released in 2009, the 25th anniversary of The Transformers. This was the top-selling movie in the US for the year 2009 in terms of Blu-ray/DVD sales. In Sam's dorm room, there's a poster of Bad Boys 2, another movie directed by Michael Bay. General Morshower is named after the actor who plays him, Glenn Morshower. This movie was nominated for Best Sound Mixing at the 82nd Academy Awards. This is Isabel Lucas's first movie. John Turturro actually climbed the pyramids in Egypt. It took 140 terabytes to process all the CGI for the Transformers. This is the highest grossing movie to win Worst Picture at the Golden Raspberry Awards. According to Box Office Mojo, there was approximately 54 million ticket sales for this movie in the United States. 10 facts about Transformers: Dark of the Moon. In total, 532 vehicles were destroyed in the movie. It took 288 hours to render one frame of the Driller. Blake Lively was offered the role of Carly, but she turned it down due to commitments to Gossip Girl. Wheeljack was modeled after Albert Einstein. Sentinel Prime's features were mostly based on Sean Connery. Peter Cullen's favorite moment in the movie is when Optimus Prime meets Buzz Aldrin. A car crash scene from The Island was reused for this movie after an extra was injured during shooting. This movie was nominated for Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing, and Best Visual Effects at the 84th Academy Awards. In North America, this movie sold 716,218 DVD units in the first week. This topped the weekly DVD sales chart. This is the highest grossing movie in the Transformers movie franchise. 10 facts about Transformers: Age of Extinction. This is the highest grossing movie of 2014 and the only movie to gross over $1 billion that year. Dwayne Johnson was offered the role of Cade Yeager, but he declined because he was busy filming Hercules. Mark Wahlberg completed 90% of his own stunts. This is the first Transformers movie that did not receive any Academy Award nominations. At 2 hours and 45 minutes, this is the longest Transformers movie in the entire franchise. This is the first Transformers movie that does not contain a Linkin Park soundtrack. In total, there's 563 explosions. This was the highest grossing movie in China until it was surpassed by Furious 7 in 2015. Skrillex worked on sound design for this movie. There's about 18 new Transformers characters in this movie. 10 facts about Transformers: The Last Knight. With a budget of $217 million, this is currently the most expensive Transformers movie ever made. Liam Garrigan plays King Arthur in this movie. He also played King Arthur in Once Upon a Time. Hot Rod's French accent was Michael Bay's idea. He thought it would make Hot Rod a unique character. Tyrese Gibson was supposed to return for this movie. However, he was unable to due to scheduling conflicts with The Fate of the Furious. Michael Bay originally didn't want to direct this movie. However, Peter Cullen persuaded him to do one more. The role of Sir Edmund was written specifically for Anthony Hopkins. Michael Bay wanted to shoot an explosion scene at Stonehenge, however he was denied access, so a set of Stonehenge was constructed instead. Within 24 hours of release, the movie's trailer gained 93.6 million views. Isabella Moner requested a physical prop of Squeaks to be built. This is the second Hollywood movie to be shot in Cuba. The first is The Fate of the Furious. 10 facts about Michael Bay. Michael Bay started working in the movie business at the age of 15. He worked as an intern for George Lucas on the production of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Michael Bay's production company, Platinum Dunes, is named after one of his student films from university. Michael Bay got interested in action films when he was a young boy. He attached some firecrackers to a toy train and filmed it with his mom's camera. Michael Bay shot over 1 million feet of film for Pearl Harbor. He only ended up using about 20,000 feet for the final cut. Michael Bay is the 5th highest grossing director. His movies have grossed over $5.7 billion. All of Michael Bay's movies up to and including Armageddon made him the youngest director to have his movies gross over $1 billion worldwide. Sometimes Michael Bay makes cameos in his own movies. For instance, in Armageddon he was a NASA scientist. In 2011, Michael Bay was inducted into the Transformers Hall of Fame for directing the live-action Transformers movies. Michael Bay receives an estimated 8% of the money from the sales of the Transformers movie toys. In Tales of TMNT Volume 2, Issue 61, there's a Michael Bay reference. Michael Bay would later become the producer of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and the sequel Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. 10 facts about Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's first name is derived from the Hebrew word Shia, which means gift from God. Shia LaBeouf got into acting because his family was poor and he wanted to find a way to make a lot of money to support himself and his family. Shia LaBeouf's favorite food is Mexican food. Shia LaBeouf won a Daytime Emmy Award in 2003 for his role on Even Stevens. Shia LaBeouf was accepted to Yale, but he declined and chose to focus on his acting career instead. Shia LaBeouf's inspirations are Dustin Hoffman, Jon Voight, Jodie Foster, and John Turturro. Shia LaBeouf is short-sighted and wears contact lenses. Shia LaBeouf's mother is Jewish and his father is Christian. He celebrates both Christmas and Hanukkah. Shia LaBeouf has many tattoos, including a paw print on his left shoulder. Shia LaBeouf considers the greatest game ever played as his transition from child actor to adult actor. 10 facts about Megan Fox. Megan Fox got inspired to be an actress after watching The Wizard of Oz. Megan Fox used to get bullied in high school. She would have to eat lunch in the bathroom. Megan Fox has a total of 9 tattoos. As part of the Transformers audition, Michael Bay made Megan Fox wash his Ferrari. As a teenager, Megan Fox shoplifted some lip gloss and she was banned from Walmart. Megan Fox has a fear of flying. To overcome it, she listens to Britney Spears. Growing up, Megan Fox's favorite cartoon was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She would later play April O'Neil in the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. Michael Bay asked Megan Fox to put on about 10 more pounds for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen because she was too skinny. Megan Fox loves Star Wars and she even has a life-size replica of R2-D2. Megan Fox started acting to avoid going to college.
In this captivating video, let's delve into the myriad wonders of Nimona. Eugene Lee Yang's impeccable portrayal of Ambrosius Goldenloin is a testament to his remarkable talent. The character draws inspiration from Eugene himself, adding an extra layer of authenticity to Yang's performance. The production designer suggested Eugene as the ideal choice for the character. In this heartfelt scene, Ballister and Ambrosius share an extraordinary moment. Ballister, plagued by uncertainties about his knighthood, finds solace in the belief that Ambrosius holds in him. Ambrosius wholeheartedly embraces Ballister's potential, instilling in him the confidence to overcome any obstacle. Riz Ahmed masterfully breathes life into the character of Ballister. Ahmed expertly portrays Ballister's vulnerability, evoking a deep sense of empathy from viewers. An intriguing contrast arises as Ballister dons striking black armor, distinct from the pristine white and gold ensembles worn by his fellow knights. Francis Conroy delivers an exceptional performance as the director, skillfully imbuing the character with an air of sophistication. Conroy captures the essence of the director's authoritative presence. The animation showcased in this film is mesmerizing. Its visual style is akin to seeing a vivid graphic novel spring to life. The film's design merges elements of medieval and contemporary aesthetics, creating an interesting reflection of our own world. Chloe Grace Moretz's casting as the voice of Nimona was an absolute stroke of genius. Her portrayal embodies the character flawlessly. Moretz's performance brings Nimona's multifaceted spirit to life. The movie deviates from the conventional archetype of heroes, offering a fresh narrative perspective. It dares to explore uncharted territory, presenting characters who defy the norms typically associated with traditional heroism. This unconventional approach adds a fascinating layer of complexity to the storyline, keeping audiences engrossed and sparking thought-provoking discussions. The weight of despair hangs heavy as Ballister, seemingly forsaken by those he once held dear, finds himself trapped in a devastating predicament. Regardless of his desperate assertions of innocence. The trust he yearns for remains elusive, as doubt shadows every word he utters. Ballister grapples with a shattered sense of trust, forever longing for validation that's out of reach. Be engulfed in laughter as you watch this uproarious escape sequence. Ballister's attempts at stealth are nothing short of comical, as he maneuvers with all the finesse of a master spy. However, the hilarity escalates when Nimona, in stark contrast, unleashes her unconventional and unapologetic approach. The sheer magnificence of Nimona's shapeshifting abilities transcend mere awe, with a display of versatility and wonder. Nimona's innate capacity to transform and morph unveils a realm of boundless possibilities. Nimona's loyalty to Ballister is driven by an empathetic understanding of his plight. With insight born from her own experiences as an outsider, Nimona recognizes the isolating burden of being despised by others. It is this intimate understanding that fuels her support, forming an unbreakable bond between two souls who have tasted the bitterness of societal rejection, embarking on a path towards redemption and belonging. Among Nimona's array of transformations, one particular metamorphosis showcases her embodying a rat hauling a slice of pizza. This scene is a reference to a beloved real-life viral photo, injecting a playful nod that resonates with audiences on a relatable level. Prepare to be delighted by the voice cameos. N.D. Stevenson, the author of the graphic novel, voices Quispy-Dwagon, a whimsical cereal mascot that will surely bring a smile to your face. Adding to the magic, director Nick Bruno's kids voice the children in the commercial. These special appearances create an endearing synergy, intertwining the creative forces behind Nimona with a touch of personal connection. This scene defies all assumptions. Get ready to be caught off guard by the ingenious comedic brilliance that unfolds as Nimona's seemingly solemn backstory transforms into a humorous punchline. Amidst the fantasy universe, it's amusing to see people eat pineapple pizza. This interaction between Nimona and Ballister evokes a sense of emotion, beautifully capturing their connection as they forge a genuine bond. The veil of secrecy is lifted. The Queen's demise was orchestrated by none other than the director. Ballister finds himself in a state of devastation as he realizes the depths of his misplaced trust in her. Earlier in the locker room, we saw how the Squire attempted to share something on his phone with Ballister. This scene unveils the very thing the Squire was eagerly anticipating to reveal to Ballister. Immerse yourself in this action sequence, where sheer excitement knows no bounds. Nimona morphs into the legendary dragon brought to life from the iconic cereal commercial she previously saw. In a stroke of comedic genius, Nimona uses cereal as an unexpected yet effective weapon. In a demonstration of her inherent goodness, Nimona's heroic act of rescuing the girl from a perilous collision shatters any doubt of her villainous nature. Yet, amidst the bittersweet beauty, a pang of sorrow engulfs us as we witness the girl's misconception, perceiving Nimona as a monstrous being unaware of the compassion that resides within her. The film illuminates the dichotomy of Nimona's shapeshifting prowess, skillfully demonstrating its potential for both virtuous and malevolent endeavors. This engages the audience in a gripping exploration of conflicting perceptions. Ambrosius bravely declares his love for Ballister. This movie fearlessly embraces LGBT characters. Immersed within these flashback scenes, a sense of sadness resonates. The underlying truth emerges, piercing our hearts. Regardless of the form Nimona assumes through her shapeshifting abilities, acceptance will forever elude her grasp. Nimona discovers a genuine friend, only to face the disheartening opposition of others who vehemently oppose their bond. Even Glorith, regrettably, perceives Nimona as a monstrous being, mirroring the society's prejudiced view towards her. The impact of the girl's hurtful actions toward Nimona earlier becomes undeniably comprehensible as the film unravels its narrative. Within this moving scene, a powerful undercurrent of emotion surges forth. Amidst a sea of doubt and skepticism, Ballister emerges as the sole believer in Nimona's true essence. This serves as a testament to the intrinsic truth that individuals should never be judged solely by their external appearance. It carries a resounding message that those who have endured injustice need not succumb to the labels imposed upon them by others. Instead, they possess the capacity to defy expectations, transcending assumptions and forging a unique path. The conclusion is nothing short of brilliance. Nimona's survival creates an enticing opening, paving the way for potential sequels that could transport us back into this enchanting universe. With fingers crossed, we eagerly await the opportunity to delve deeper into this realm, yearning to witness more of the magic and mirth that make it so irresistible. The concluding credits align with the movie's overarching tone and thought-provoking themes. A symphony of visual artistry and captivating melodies, they effortlessly encapsulate the essence of the film. The accompanying song is a perfect complement, further ensuring an unforgettable conclusion. Overall, Nimona is a fantastical masterpiece that effortlessly weaves together elements of humor, emotion, and sheer creativity. One of the film's greatest strengths lies in its impeccable storytelling. The narrative unfolds with a perfect balance of heartwarming moments and pulse-pounding action sequences. It delves into profound themes of friendship, identity, and the power of embracing one's true self. The characters are developed, with their arcs delicately crafted to evoke empathy and genuine investment fulfillment in their journeys. I'm delighted to witness the revival of this film, courtesy of Annapurna Pictures and Netflix, following its unfortunate cancellation amidst Disney's closure of Blue Sky Studios. Netflix consistently demonstrates their unwavering commitment to embarking on daring endeavors, even though the outcomes may not always be favorable. Nevertheless, there exist exceptional instances such as Nimona, where their risk-taking truly shines. The movie weaves together a tapestry of science fiction and fantasy, mixing elements like valiant knights, futuristic lasers, terrifying monsters, and evocative lighting. Visually, the Nimona movie is a feast for the eyes. The animation is stunning, bringing to life vibrant landscapes, intricate character designs, and breathtaking magical transformations. The attention to detail is remarkable, immersing viewers in a richly realized world where every frame holds a surprise. The animation enhances the storytelling. In addition, the Nimona movie excels in voice acting. Each character comes to life through the skillful voice work. The cast members deliver their lines with impeccable timing, infusing the dialogue with emotion and nuance. From the protagonist's spirited and playful voice to the antagonist's menacing and commanding tone, the vocal performances create a dynamic and engaging experience. The voice actors expertly convey the intricacies of their characters, drawing viewers further into the story and evoking a real connection. Through their talent and dedication, the voice acting in the Nimona movie adds richness. Nimona explores several compelling themes. One central theme is the power of embracing one's true self. As the story goes on, Nimona learns to accept and celebrate her unique qualities, demonstrating that self-acceptance is a catalyst for personal growth and empowerment. Another prominent theme is the complexity of morality and the blurred lines between good and evil. The story challenges traditional notions of heroes and villains by delving into the motivations and backstories of its characters. This exploration prompts reflection on the potential for redemption. Friendship and loyalty are also recurring themes, as Nimona and her unlikely ally, Ballister, develop a deep bond that transcends societal expectations. Their support for one another underscores the importance of companionship and the strength that can be found in unexpected relationships. Nimona addresses the consequences of unchecked power and the impact of personal choices through its thought-provoking themes. Nimona invites audiences to reflect in a way that is both entertaining and insightful. What makes the Nimona movie a joy to watch is its irresistible sense of fun. The witty banter between the characters keeps the audience engaged. The exhilarating action sequences, coupled with the whimsical use of Nimona's shape-shifting abilities. In conclusion, the Nimona movie is a triumph of imagination and storytelling. With its engaging characters and a perfect blend of humor and heart, it offers an unforgettable cinematic experience that will leave audiences eagerly yearning for more. This adventure reminds us of the importance of embracing our true selves, celebrating friendship, and challenging societal norms. Be enchanted by the magic of Nimona, a film that will undoubtedly become a cherished gem in the hearts of viewers for years to come. Which fantasy movie or show should I analyze next? Leave a suggestion in the comments below.
And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.